think I'm live. Hello, everybody. How are you all today? Yay, it's another day. I believe it's Thursday. Possibly Thursday. So how are you all doing? Now, yes, I was going to come on a lot earlier, but I was expecting a call from wherever it was, the government, I don't know, about my self-employment status, and they were meant to call at 11:15. So I've been sitting, waiting, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go live. If they ring me in the middle of it, we'll have to stop live, so I take the call. But you know what, life goes on. And guess what, look, oh, I can't see it. I'm dressed. Yeah, well, I thought I'd better be dressed if I'm doing a business call. So I've got short denims on, and I've got the butterfly. Butterflies is a symbol of transformation. No, this is just a one-off, because I just felt, if I was going to do a business call, one ought to be dressed for it, So this is a rarity, because my normal wear is gym jams. So how are we all doing? So I'm sorry I'm late. It was 12:30. Right, today's mug. I'm running out of mugs, so I might have to go on. Think love, live, sparkle. Got 6 of these. Or is it like love, live, sparkle? So I'm going to sparkle today. Sparkle, 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 sparkles. Oh gosh! And yesterday, when I said I was going to have the fruit. Well, I ate the banana and the apple. I didn't eat the orange, so that went back in the fridge. Did I have chocolate yesterday? Oh, I think I had a chocolate biscuit. But I didn't have any alcohol yesterday. Oh, so this is why I've got the butterfly one, a transformation. No alcohol for 24 hours and 2 pieces of fruit. Oh gosh, hang on, let's have a slurp of tea. So apologies if my phone goes off in the middle of this. So I might have to end it quickly, but the live quickly. And yesterday, apologies, I went on for just under an hour. I can't believe I could. Well, yeah, I can believe I can waffle on for an hour. So yes. So today's treat: Jaffa cakes. Yeah, I've done this before, but I do like my Jaffa cakes. What's this? Oh, they're a bit wet. Where have they been? It says, what sort of Jaffa cake eater are you? The all-rounder? Do you nibble round the edge? Or do you bite it like a moon? Or do you put a whole lot in one go? Let me know how you eat your Jaffa cakes. I usually eat all round the edge, and then I sort of pick off the chocolate, pick off the sponge, and eat the jelly bit in one go. That sounds disgusting, isn't it? Now I've just said that. There are other companies who make Jaffa cakes, but so just because I'm showing you McVitie's, I have tried the Lidl's and they're not quite as nice. Not that I should be fussy, but other Jaffa cakes also available from Tesco's, Sainsbury's. But if I keep advertising McVitie's Jaffa cakes, you never know. McVitie's might see this video and they might send me a year's supply of Jaffa cakes, and then I can do a competition, send them all out to you. You never know, McVitie's. I was hoping that when I was talking about Heinz tomato ketchup the other day, I'd get a call from Heinz, but no call. So maybe I haven't gone viral enough. Okay, so that's my treat today. Jaffa cakes, made by McVitie's, other companies available. Excuse me, I'm just going to slurp from my Love Life Sparkle mug. Oh, look, it says it on both sides. So I can drink and you can still see it. So today's action is sparkle. Let's all sparkle like a unicorn. Oh gosh, so just bear with me a minute. So I'm oh, just doing something. Uh, uh, just entering something. Yeah. Oh, I've just gone small screen. So I don't know who else is alive at the moment. So yeah, and I've just wasted. Oh, it's live now. It says 8 minutes ago, but I'm actually only been talking, waffling on for 5 minutes. Okay. The title of today's video live talk is It's a Trott Thing. I did mention it yesterday, that I'd talk about it yesterday, but because I waffled on for so long for an hour, I thought, oh, I can't keep talking about a Trott thing. Now, it's a Trott thing. Now, blessings to my dad, who's a Trott, and it's Trott, okay, rock on the Trott family. My dad came from Somerset, hence why I probably like my scrumpy. Well, it is why I like my scrumpy and my cider, and very fond of Somerset. And I used to go quite regularly down to Somerset to the healing weekend. I was lopsided. I think I need to see a chiropractor or something because I'm lopsided. Okay, yeah. So maybe it's the way I'm sitting. Could be the way I'm sitting. So, hi Sabir, how are you? So, yeah, so as I was saying, it's a Trott thing. My dad came from Somerset. He was a single child. He had his mum and dad. I never actually got to meet my dad's dad and mum, and I don't think I did. No, I know we never met his mum, but whether I was I think my elder brother may. I don't know. Because they died such a long time ago. Isn't that awful? So, but my dad's from Somerset. I will talk about the Parry family another day. God, I could be here all day talking about the Parrys. Now, there's a few things about the Trotts that you need to know. And even though, yeah, so I never liked my surname Trott because when I was at school, I got all the, oh, trot along, Trotty, come on, you're so slow, you can only trot, you can't run, especially with the PE teacher when you're sort of walking. Oh, it's true, I never did late. And I don't think I ever did a cross country run, got out of every single cross because I'm a lazy bugger. But I did play hockey for the school. Okay. I was a wing. So yeah, and I was really good. And the best thing about hockey matches, the best thing about hockey matches when we played mixed ones, because all the boys who used to tease me horrible, I'd go for them for the ankle, and I go, oh, and they go, oh, she got, and I went, no, sorry, missed the ball, and the ball would be the other side of the thing. Yeah, quite vicious. But I was well bullied at school, but that's another thing. And I'm not one of those who would ever go back to a school reunion because yeah, school was years ago, so that's a different pastime. But yeah, I mean, I used to get called all sorts of things: goldfish eyes, four eyes. My parents, it's a Trott thing. When I first had to wear glasses in the olden days, because I'm going back about just under 50 years ago now, we used to go to the optician, and they used to put these big black things in, big sort of glass frames which are empty, and then they put lenses in. Can you say, is it better A or B? A or B? A, B. What about A, B, C, D? A, B, C, D. Just, well, I never liked those heavy things, these empty frames. And when I was told, I was bloody blind anyway, but I refused to tell Mum. I had to come home on a school bus, and it wasn't when I went to the Hemel Hempstead school. I used to have to get the Alden bus. It wasn't a school bus; it was just an ordinary Green Cross code bus or whatever it was. And I had to get it from Hemel Hempstead to Berkhamsted, and then I'd have to change it and then get a little bus, the village bus, from Berkhamsted up to Potton End. Rock on Potton End. So I haven't been back there for years. Yeah. Oh, memory there. And And I'd stand at the bus stop with my friends because I got friends who lived in Tring and oh god, I can't think of I can't think of all the other places. Never mind. But we'd all stand down on the bus, and I'd be peering at the bus. And every flipping bus that would come, I'd put my hand out because my friends would go, "That's your bus, Julie." And then when it got right on top of me, it'd be the wrong number because I couldn't see the number because my eyesight was so flipping bad, but I wouldn't wear the glasses. So a number of times I stopped the wrong bus because my mates forgot because they would do this to me. There's your bus, Julie. So in the end, instead of going to the bus stop in the town centre of Marlowe's High Street, I went to another bus stop where I'd be on my own. And I knew it would be the only bus that came along there would be just the Berkhamsted bus. Because a number of times my mates put me on the wrong bus. Because I leap on, there's my bus pass. God knows, land up in Kings Langley or Watford. So back to the glasses. So it's a Trott thing, going the wrong way. Just sort of see, I know, what should we do? Where should we go today after school? Get on the wrong bus and land up in Watford. Wrong direction, completely to Berkhamsted. No. And my friends thought it was funny, and they go, "Yes, Julie, that is your bus." And I go, "Oh God, see the number? Yeah, I saw you. Go on." And they must have been wetting themselves laughing because gullible me, where's my bus? And then I often wondered why the Tring lot weren't getting on because it goes Hemel, Berkhamsted, Tring, and I can never understand why the Tring lot won't get on. And they go, "No, we're going to get the next bus. We want to stand and talk." Oh, okay. I'm so bloody gullible. Excuse my French. Sorry, children might be watching. Okay. So, yes. So, yeah, back to the glasses. Yeah, hence why I need glasses. So they used to put these big frames, and I didn't like it. And I thought, and then when they told me that I was, this is my ignoramus, when they told me I was going to have to wear glasses, I thought, because when they put, "Can you see this? Can you see that? Can you see this? Can you see that?" Because my eyesight is really bad. It's what I call kissing distance. I could see up to about here, which isn't very. Can you see? I can't see at all. My eyesight is one of the worst eyesight. You see the thickness of my lenses. So I thought that I was going to be given this frame with all these different lenses, and I'm going to have to walk around. So when they told me I was going to wear glasses, I was really, really upset. And then they reassured me that no, you can have proper glasses made up with these. Oh, that was a relief. But my parents were Scrooges, really. And they decided they were going to get me the NHS glasses. Well, you had the choice of John Lennon in these days. This is going back 50 years ago. You had the choice of John Lennon glasses or these little, almost like this shape, blue, and I had the choice of blue plastic or pink plastic. And luckily they went for the blue plastic because I got blue eyes and it will match my eyes and bring out my eyes. Trouble is, I can bloody see them behind these flipping glasses anyway. So oh God, yeah, I had the cornflake glasses. So get these glasses. This is, like I said, it's a Trott thing. My mum wore glasses. My brothers wore glasses. My grandparents. No, I don't know about my dad's mum and dad because I never met them, which is a real great shame. Maybe I need to do do you know what? I could do a meditation to meet my ancestors, meet Harry and Mary Trott. That would be brilliant. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I digress. So I got these glasses. So and it's like, oh my God. I can see. Oh my God. So first day, I turn up to school and I wasn't wearing my glasses because I was really self-conscious of this. And I was in this class. There was 5 Julies in the class. And, and they all seemed prettier and more, got loads of friends than me. I was a very shy, quiet little mouse. And yes, honestly, I was a shy, quiet mouse. But now I'm making up for it, well and truly making up for it. So I go into the classroom, and our main classroom was based in the biology lab. And yeah, and you mean just, hi Stephen, kiss to you. Because yesterday I didn't kiss you until the end, so. So I go into school, and my mum said, "No, you got to wear your glasses." Because what I was doing when I couldn't read because in those days we had chalk. The teacher would write in chalk, and if you're naughty, you know the wooden chalk duster, wooden on one side, and then if you're naughty, they throw it at you. I was very good at dodging that, actually. I may be small and shy, but I could dodge. I was really good at dodging the chalk duster. Not that it was thrown at me very often. But in those days, they did things like that. Luckily we didn't have the cane in those days. Oh my God! And the teacher would come with his book, and if you're mucking around, oh my God, they get sacked for that these days. So, oh God. So yeah. So I get it, and of course, when I couldn't see, what I used to do, because I had a sort of friend and acquaintance in school, so she'd write off the board, copy, and then I'd copy from her, because I could sort of make out what she was writing, because I couldn't see the board. So my mum said to me, and of course I was complaining of slight headaches and things. So my mum said to me, right, you really need to wear these glasses. And I thought, I'm not, she dropped me off at school because yeah, it sounds awful 50 years ago, but my mum was a doctor, so she'd drop me off to school before she'd go to surgery. So it was like, school, because if she didn't know I had school phobia, which is my son has school phobia, but we didn't know those days I had school phobia. And if she didn't take me to school, I wouldn't go because it was horrendous. Turn my volume up. I don't know how to turn my volume up. Is that turned up higher? I've got no idea what I'm doing, Stephen. You need to come and show me. So I'll talk a bit closer. Excuse me. So Mum would drop me off at school, and I'd wait until she car went round the corner, and then I'd bugger off and truant. Depending on what mood I was in. No, I did. I think I only trunted twice. So I went into class. So it's like, right, no one's looking. Get my glasses out, slip them on. I thought I'd done it really quietly, and of course the boys went, "Ah, look at Trotty! 4 eyes, Trotty! Goldfish eyes have got 4 eyes now." I used to call Trotskyite, all sorts of things. So that's the glasses story. And as you can see now, these latest ones were bought by I bought them, chosen by Julie and Bram, because they said I got such awful choice in glasses that I need to style myself a bit. Style me, no. So Trott thin glasses. But the thing is about me, and I keep looking for, my face is lopsided. Everyone's face is slightly lopsided, but I have one eyebrow much higher than the other eyebrow. Okay, Trott thing. Okay, we'll talk about the nose in a minute. That gets even better. Can you hear me, Stephen? Now I turned my volume up. Maybe I'm not talking loud enough. Maybe I need to shout at you. Me, shy, quiet mouse in my youth. Yeah, was. Okay, so I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, lopsided face. So the first time they put the glasses on me, my mum kept going like this and kept saying to the optician when she goes, "Those glasses aren't straight on her face." So the optician would go and put them back on, and I go, "Yeah, they're still crooked." She went, "You know why they're crooked? Because your daughter's face is lopsided." Well and truly lopsided. So she says the glasses are dead straight, it's the face. And it's resting on the Trott nose. Now, this Trott nose, I have to apologise for my DNA to my son and my daughter. And I'm just hoping and praying that my little grandson Logan has not inherited the Trott nose. Look, flipping enormous. And it used to be said when I went to school, they went, "You must be Charlie's little sister." I go, "How do you know?" "The nose." "Or you're Jamie's big sister." "How do you know?" "The nose." Yeah, infamous, the Trott nose. No, 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 no. This is why I probably most of my family, we have like my Paul's son, they and my brother, we all have nose problems first thing in the morning, so we're all using nasal sprays and antihistamines and things. Oh dear, hang on, people do. What mug you got? This is for good glasses. To turn you on, hover over screen setting on right hand side. Yeah, I think I've started that. Yes. Oh, you can hear me now. My mug, Stephen, because you missed it, is Love, Life, Sparkle. So I said we're all sparkling like unicorns today. Oh, I might as well have a slurp. Okay, so the Trott knows we all have sinus problems, but I've got a cure for that. I do ear candling. So when this is over and anyone has any nasal problems, sinus problems, migraines, ear problems, their ears pop when they go flying, I'll shove a candle in your ear and set fire to it. Sounds awful, but I'll talk about that another day, actually. That's a real great laugh, the ear candling. But I digress. So the Trott thing, right, the glasses, the Trott nose. The other thing I have is the Trott bum. Can't see if I can show it. Gosh, my Trott bum. My dad was, he was tall, but he wasn't exceedingly tall. And he was stout, but he had a big bum. And all the Trott family that I've came across all had this Trott bum. Now, my younger brother, bless him, has not inherited the Trott bum. Sickening. Okay. What he's got is a beautiful singing voice. Yeah. Me, I get the Trott bum and an awful singing voice. That's why he's the multi-millionaire, #1 gold albums all around the country and world, Jamie. I reckon that's why I can't sing, because I've got the Trott bum. I can fart enough. Oh, that's another Trott thing. Not live, not life on cup. Yeah, live. Yeah, well, I never know how you pronounce the words because I'm dyslexic. Live, not life on cup. LIVE. 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 Love, live, sparkle. Yes, so I'm working from my heart and I'm loving everyone and I'm living. And I'm sparkling like a unicorn today. Oh, fairy wings. Yes. Now, just digressing totally away from It's a Trot thing. Wednesdays, I didn't do it yesterday because I haven't got any green Jim Jams, so I'm going to have to get some green Mickey Mouse Jim Jam. They're probably Tinkerbell. She's green. Wednesdays is the fairies' holy day, and that's why normally on a Wednesday, unless I'm not in my Jim Jams, I'm wearing green in honour of the fairies' not royal, holy day. You know, like Sunday's the Sabbath for the Christians, so on and so forth. The holy day for fairies is a Wednesday. Useless bit of information. And if you want to honour the fairies, you wear green on a Wednesday. Okay, completely, but of course, fairy sparkle, sparkly wings. Go sideways because okay. Digress because I'm coming away from this Trott thing. So we talked about the Trott eyesight, but it could come from my mum's side of it because she had awful eyesight. Also, the Trott nose. We've talked about the Trott bum, the short stature of the Trotts, except my brothers, bless them, are very tall. So they get the height from the Parry side, which is the Welsh side. And I'll talk about the Parry side another time. We should talk about the Trott side first, because there's loads to talk about the Trott side. Okay, so the Trott nose drawing. Okay, I'm just trying to think now. What else? Oh, yes. Trott family. We are always late. That is the worst thing possible about the Trotts. We are always late. Now, I'm not talking about 5, 10, 15 minutes late. The worst I've ever been is 2.5 hours late. Yeah, I'm sorry. What was I turned up that I turned up late? I think it was something my Charlie, my elder brother, was doing. I did turn up on time for his wedding. I mean, the only time I'm actually on time is actually when I'm actually early, and it's if I'm catching a flight to Florida to see Mickey Mouse and Tigger. Okay, or if I'm going anywhere on holiday, catching a flight, and then I'm about 3 hours early at the airport because I know I am late. So I'm so desperate not to be late that I arrive about 3, 4 hours early at the airport because I'm so scared of missing this air flight. But anything else, I am late. In fact, it's so badly late that my friends now all tell me the wrong time. So if we're meeting up officially at 8 o'clock, my friends will tell me we need to be ready at 7. I go, yeah, and I'll turn up at 8:30. So, they tell me an hour early and I'm still late. Because, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Oh, another message on the thing. I like the Trott bum, Julie. You wouldn't if you had it on your own arse, Stephen. so yeah, we are constantly late. And I've tried and I've put it up to the universe and I've said to them, today I want to be on time. Please, I'm going to be on time. I am on time today. I am talking the now time. I'm on time today. And I still get all the flipping red traffic. Yeah. So my advice, if you ever want to see me, say 8 o'clock at night, tell me it's 7:30. And yeah, but my worst one is 2.5 hours. And I was going to Tamil, no, further down than that. And I had my 2 kids with me, and they were hassling me. Well, we're going to be late. We're going to be late. Okay, it's all right. The food will still be there. One of the reasons I was slightly late is because I got lost as well. Because it was in the days when I didn't have sat navs, and I used to print off from Google the road maps and use the road map to try and get to where we're going. I'm actually pretty good at finding places, unless it's on an evening and you're trying to go into a concert up in Birmingham. Well, taking your child to a concert up in Birmingham, and you get totally lost. And that's another story, and I'm not going into that because it was so distressing. She and I have just pulled the car over and burst into tears because we were so lost. And I just started going round and round, and I went and saw this sign, and it said Oxford. I went, I know the word Oxford. So we headed for Oxford because I didn't know where we were. Totally lost. We were trying to find the centre of Birmingham. Yeah, it's a story, and it was just so traumatic that I pulled the car over. Oh, we're so lost. Don't know where we are. And we've missed the concert. And I went, well, I don't care about that. We're just somewhere lost. Oh, this is why, because I go off to all these mind, body, spirit shows, go off on my own with all my Reiki Teddy in the car. My daughter has bought me this phone because I haven't got a sat nav because there's Google Map in here. So I live off of Google Maps on my phone because she was getting so mad at me going, Anna, I'm lost. And she goes, where are you? Well, there's a bus stop here. She goes, yeah, which town? Which city? Well, I'm on a motorway railway station. Don't know where I am. Somewhere in Derbyshire. Oh, God, I remember ringing Donna. Oh, yeah, that night when we were lost in Birmingham, I rang Donna Louise, in hysterics, going, we're so lost. And her husband, okay, well, where are you? I don't know. The road says Mill Street. Somewhere in Birmingham. I'm so lost, help me. Go see if you can find a policeman and flag him down. I digress. Yeah, we always used to get lost as well. Okay, so what's another Trott? Yeah, the worst thing, as I was saying, about being late. Okay, I try really hard, and once in a blue moon, I'm lopsided, aren't I? Once in a blue moon, I do manage to be on time. I'm either very, very, very early, very, very early, or I'm exceedingly late. But that is a Trott thing. I mean, my brothers were always late, or they still are often late for things. It's not often that we turn up on time. I think we have a competition to see who can be the latest, you know. And I mean, I believe my elder brother was born late. My younger brother was born late, but I was actually born early, 3 days early. So I don't know why I'm constantly late. Maybe it's just the DNA in me. I'm always late to the party, late to the meeting, late to everything. So yeah. So what else? It's a Trott thing. Oh, we drink cider. We drink cider. The other Trott thing was my dad was a meat and two veg person, and everyone apart from me seems to have inherited that. My elder brother, he likes his meat and two veg. My son likes his meat and two veg. My daughter, well, she doesn't eat anything because she's thin as a rake. But me, I now, yeah, we used to eat meat and two veg, but now I eat most things except for Brussels sprouts. Okay, Brussels sprouts is a Trot thing. Well, actually, some of the Trots as they got older eat them now, so they're nothing to do with the family. That any Trot member who eats a Brussels sprout, you're not an honorary member of the Trot family. Cannot stand Brussels sprouts. I eat most things, but Brussels sprouts. Good job I'm a Christian and I don't have Christmas dinner. I'm a pagan. We don't have Brussels on our Christmas, on our winter solstice dinner. I think that's the only reason why I converted to paganism. So I didn't have to eat Brussels sprouts. And what we have winter solstice is chocolate Yule log, because a lot of people don't like Christmas cake because it's fruit, but my mum used to make the most amazing Christmas cake. And but she used to make a chocolate Yule log, and yeah, chocolate. Did I mention chocolate? Oh gosh, yeah. God, I remember Mum's chocolate Yule logs. Yeah. Okay. The other thing we had. Okay, this is me posh. We lived in I was blessed. Both parents were doctors. I come from a big medical family. Well, on the Parry side, my grandfather was a doctor. My grandmother was a doctor. My mum and dad were doctors. My uncle, he was a doctor. He was married to a nurse. My mum's other sister, she wrote a medical book. So medicine is very big, but mainly in the Parry side. And my dad was a doctor, and I have absolutely house size. And we lived in this big house, and we had about 8, and it was in the middle of the woods, and it had about an acre of land. Well, half an acre back garden, half an acre front garden, because the house was right in the middle of the land, surrounded by woods. Millionaires Road, they used to call it. So it was rather big compared to the council houses down in the village, and it was so big, and it was just mainly lawn. So my dad bought a machine. It's a bit like a tractor, and it was called a brot. Rhymes with trot. You can see where I'm coming from. And it was like a little tractor, and you drove it up and down, because if you used an ordinary lawnmower, it would take about 5 hours to cut the grass. So this was like a mini combine harvester, and you drive along on it, cutting the grass, and you'd have sacks attached to the back, so it was there. But what he used to do was couldn't be bothered with the sacks, so he just leave the grass cuttings, because he was it will fertilise the land, the grass will disintegrate and fertilise the land, sort of thing. Well, when we got older, we were given jobs to do. My job was to lay the table for meals, clear the table, fill the dishwasher. Yeah, we had a dishwasher because we were snobs. Fill the dishwasher, strip the beds. That's another story I've got to tell you. Strip the beds on a Monday and do create the fire in the fire pit. I had to do quite a lot actually, and do the lounge cushions and things. But my elder brother, he had 2 jobs. The 2 jobs was to clean the cars on a Sunday, and he'd get his pocket money. Yeah, I mean, we got pocket money, but we had to do these jobs, and if we didn't do the jobs, we wouldn't get our pocket money. And in those days, it was only about 10p anyway, so going back 6. So, so Charlie would wash the cars, but then when he got older, my dad said, right, you can cut the grass with this prot. Okay. You know where this is coming from, don't you? Okay. We had this like half-acre back garden. Right in the middle was a flower bed. You could see it miles around. And then on the other side, there was a few little trees. Right down the bottom, just before you got right to the bottom of the garden, right at the bottom of the garden was the pile of leaves and the grass cuttings and things like that. It was the compost heap. That's what you call it. And just in front of the compost heap was one bush. The bush was about, well, you see, I'm going back because I was a child, so it must have been about a foot round. I don't know centimetres and metres. It can't have been a metre. It must have been about a foot round. And it stood about 3 feet high. You couldn't miss it, okay? You know, you sort of, it was about the only thing that was in the garden. So my older brother, my dad says, right, this is how you use the block, get on it. So he turns it on and oh, this is good fun, Dad, you know, sort of thing. And of course, my elder brother is a bit of a Speedy Gonzales, you know, Sterling Moss. So my dad says, you know, just keep it really nice and slow. Don't go too fast. And he goes, and when you get to near the end, you have to turn, because it's quite a big machine. So you had to give it a wide berth to turn it at the end to come back up the other side. Okay, says Charlie. And of course, Dad starts watching him, making sure he's right. So he starts off really slowly. And he does the first cut down. Does it slowly. Comes back. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, this is easy. Go around. Yeah, so Dad says, yeah, that's fine. So Dad wanders off somewhere and he says, but don't mind the bush. Okay, mind the big flower bed right in the middle of the garden. Well, you couldn't miss that. But mind this bush at the bottom. You can't miss it, okay? It's a flipping big bush. And my dad said, oh, sorry. Someone's just messaged me. I'll go back to the story about just more haste, less speed. Just live on Facebook at the moment. If you want to come and have a laugh. Exclamation mark. Okay. So there he is in this brot, rhymes with trot. It was yellow. My brothers will have to correct me, but I'm pretty sure it was yellow. So Dad sort of wanders off to do a bit of gardening, whatever it was. So of course, elder brother thinking, right, Dad's not watching. I'm going to put my foot pedal to the metal to the pedal, or pedal to the metal. Well, bear in mind, when it's going slow, it was like 2 miles an hour. When you put the pedal to the metal, he went about 5 miles an hour, you know, really fast. But when you're on this flipping trot, and Charlie was thinking, if I don't do this quickly, I'm going to be here about 3 hours for cutting this flipping grass. I don't want to do it, so I'm going back. So he's going charging on this prop. And of course, those who drive, no, if you're going slowly, you can bend. But if you're going fast, so he's going, and my dad suddenly goes to you, so he's just, and he's driving on there, and suddenly Dad goes, you're going too fast, right? Because he suddenly realised what Charlie was doing. So Charlie gets distracted. What are you saying? Because the machine's going, Dad was going, bush! And he cut the bush down, and his tree went, end of bush. And Dad went, get off the bra! You'll never use. Oh God, dear thing. Oh God, the stories we could have. So that's my brother. That's my elder brother. I know whatever happened to the brot. But God, it's funny what you remember as a kid. Right. So what else? Oh yes, my dad decided he liked his beer. So he decided he was going to brew his own beer. And we had the breakfast room where we'd eat all our meals in. We called it the breakfast room. So we always had our breakfast in it, but we had our lunch and our dinner and tea in it as well. But it was called the breakfast room because we were poor. Because we had a lounge and a sitting room and a dining room and a breakfast room. I was a snob. Well, I wasn't snob. I'm common as muck, but... And in this breakfast room was it was a massive big boiler, okay? And you had to put a little coal at the top, and then you had to open the door at the bottom and get the clinker out. God, when I got older, I was allowed to do that. I nearly set fire to the house, you know. But the thing is, it was nice and warm. So whenever Mum made bread, there was a table next to the boiler, and you put the bread and let it rise. I'm going the wrong way again. Because it was nice and warm. So my dad decided, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to brew some beer. And Mum said, I'm going to make some wine. And because it was warm in the breakfast room right by the boiler, they put the buckets by the boiler so it would help it ferment. Okay, fine with that. Thing is, we had a dog, a Belgian sheepdog, and his name was Frosty, but he was pitch black. See, that's a Trott thing. You've got a black dog and you call it Frosty. The reason being is he had a little tiny white patch. He was jet black all over. And a tiny white patch then was called a frost. So we called him Frosty. But the reason why is that he was a bit uncontrollable. And we had a golf course, and my dad used to take the dog for a walk on the golf course and let the dog off the lead. And he had this habit. Someone would be on the putting green, concentrating, going to putt. And of course he had a ball there, didn't he? Golf ball. Dog sees golf ball, you know. So the guy's lining up there with his putt. He's going to putt. And you know how you sort of look at your putt and then look at the hole, look at the putt, look at the hole, look at the putt, look at the hole. And then suddenly out of your corner of this eye, you've got this black thing charging at you. And you see all these guys going, oh my God! Big black dog going, grab the ball and run off with the golf ball. And of course, they complain, and Dad says, no, my dog's called Frosty. And he says, my dog's called Frosty because we'll go, Frosty. And he never came back anyway. Because he's a big black dog. But that was his favourite trick. He wouldn't take it off the fairway, but he'd only go up and upset the putters. Oh, he was the most beautiful dog ever. I love Frosty, really miss him. Actually, he comes to me occasionally. I'll tell you how I know he comes to me as a spirit animal is we went for a walk down the canal. There was a little tiny pub called Winkwell. No, Three Horseshoes, and the little place was called Winkwell. And it had this, you drove down this very narrow little road, and then it's get to the canal, and the boat and the bridge was you drive up, but the bridge you'd have to, you know, when the barge was coming, you'd have to physically turn the bridge. Okay, and if you didn't stop the car in time, the bridge was turned. So what we used to do on a Sunday, Dad go, right, it's time for a walk. We're going for a walk. We're going to walk, take the dog. Okay, says I. Says us all, you know. So we climb into Mum's car, and it was an estate car. So there's Mum and Dad in the front, me and my two brothers, or my two brothers and I. Sorry, bit of English there. In the back seat, and in the boot, it was an open boot, was the dog, and he used to sit there, and it'd be like, I'd be Jamie, the little one, would be in the middle, Charlie would be one side, then there'd be Jamie, my little brother, and then me. But there'd be Frosty's head, and he'd put it between either my brother's heads, and he'd get this really excited, and then he'd turn around and look, because he was so excited, because he knew when he was going in the car, he was going for a walk, because we never took him anywhere else. So this day we went down to the Winkwell to the Three Horseshoes, and we decided we'd go for a walk along the canal. So and Frosty was being his normal thing, and there was hardly any people around. So Dad let the dog off the lead, thinking, oh, he can have a run. So we're walking along the canal. You know what's going to happen, aren't you? So we're walking along the canal, and the dog, coming backwards and forwards, getting really, really excited. And suddenly this cyclist comes along. Oh, wow. Well, the dog, his tail nearly came off. I've never seen such an excited dog. And we knew what he was going to do. He was going to go up to this cyclist and he was going to go woof, 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 woof at the bike. And he was coming down the car. And my dad suddenly thought, oh no, if he barks at the cyclist is going to fall into the canal. So my dad was going like this to the cyclist, telling him to get away from the edge of the canal because the dog was going to go and woof and he was going to go in. And my dad thought, oh God, we can't have a cyclist in the canal. So he was going like this to the cyclist. And so the dog's going like this. And then the dog goes, arf, and then he decides to jump round the bike. Now, the stupid dog, though, because the cyclist had gone towards the hedge side, the dog was now between the canal and the path. So guess where he landed? In the canal. Oh, my God, he had big furry... Oh, he was so much... he looked like an Alsatian. Big, fluffy thing. And it was like, oh my gosh. Because now we've got this dog, this poor cyclist lying on the thing. We go, oh, the dog's in the canal, the dog's in the canal. And he's swimming around going, this is fun. This is really, he got no idea, this stupid dog, that he was in a canal. And my dad said, oh my God, how are we going to get this dog out? How are we going to, I don't know. We managed to get, we went eventually, because he wouldn't come to the edge. And my dad said, oh, we're going to have to get out somehow. Okay, Frosty, come. And he was going along. Of course, he was going heavier and heavier, and he was sort of sinking more and more. We're trying to think, oh, this dog is going to self-drown in a minute. So eventually we managed to get the dog to the edge of the canal, and my dad and there was another passerby came along, and they sort of yanked this dog. It was the size of flipping Alsatian. It was a big dog, size of an Alsatian. Yanked him out onto the side of the canal. Well, you know what dogs do when they're wet. And canals aren't the cleanest of things. I know the canals in Venice are cleared a little bit, but these are the UK canals 50 years ago. So they yank the dog out of the canal. And the first thing he does is goes everywhere. Oh my God, this canal water, we were smothered in it. And he was going, and my mum says, right, that's it, we're going home. Had enough. Last time you let him go for a walk without the lead on. Then I told you to keep the lead on, Mum and Dad. And we were all sorts of thinking, oh my God, the dog's going to drown, the dog's going to drown. So, and Dad says, well, I was going to have a drink in the pub. No, we're going home, says Mum. So we get into Mum's estate car. Well, the smell was abysmal. It is, when a dog falls into a canal, the stink is terrible. Mum and Dad are sitting at the front. Now, my dad, whenever we drove and we actually had the back windows open, he would go, don't have the window open, it drums, it's making a noise, it's drumming on me ear, you can't have the back windows open, it's drumming, close those windows. Well, it was all right for him and Mum. They sat in the front with windows open, so we were stuck in this estate car with this dog behind us, stinking to high heaven of canal water, and going, this is fun, I've had a really good day. I've had a walk, I've had a swim. Oh my God, it stunk. Now, the smell of that canal water remains with me forever. And whenever Frosty comes to me as a spirit animal, I always get the smell of wet fur of this canal water. So I know it's the dog has come to me and visited me in spirit. Oh, going back to about the dog. Yeah, and the making the beer. Well, my dog, Frosty, would sleep in the breakfast room overnight. Okay, because it was sort of like in the kitchen and breakfast room was all one. So he'd sleep in the corner. And when I was pouring his beer, he'd come down in the morning and he used to, Frosty would go, time to get out, time to get out. Well, Dad was coming down in the morning and goes, you know what, there's something wrong with this dog. Mum was saying, what do you mean there's something wrong with this dog? He says, well, I come down in the morning and he's sort of so sleepy and then he's walking around as if he's drunk. Know what's coming next, don't you? And he said, but then I also have to get him up, shove him outside, and then after about 5-10 minutes of fresh air, he'd be his normal dog self, sort of thing. So I got to bed. And apparently the dog was drunk because he was inhaling the beer fumes all night long and the wine fumes. And the poor dog was inhaling all this alcohol. So the poor thing was drunk every morning, and no wonder he was all. So Mum says, we'll have to do one or two things. We either move the beer or move the dogs. We had to try and get the dogs to sleep somewhere else. So he used to sleep at the bottom of the stairs. But he wasn't ill, he was just drunk from the fumes. It's a Trott thing. Oh God, yeah, I had a go at making wine once. I had a go at making strawberry wine, and got all the strawberries and fermenting and things. And I did everything it was said. And I came down the next morning. Mum says, "I think you need to look at your fermenting strawberries," because I said, "Oh, it smells a bit in here," and they'd all gone mouldy. And I spent hours picking these flipping strawberries and preparing this. I don't know what I'd done. Maybe I let some air in or something. But Mum's kitchen stunk of acidic strawberries. And Mum says, "You're not going to make beer wine out of that." I went, "No, not now." So we're not very good at making beer and wine. Oh gosh. Oh God, there's so many more stories. It's a Trott thing. But I've spoken to her over 50 minutes, and I haven't done the cards yet for today. Okay, I'm going to do one quick card pull. Oh, so one quick card pull. Yes, Stephen, you really wouldn't like my. Right. Oh, I did a meditation last night at 8 o'clock. Thank you for everyone who joined in. I think it went really well. But I do need to sort out the sound quality with the music, because when you play it back, it sounds really tinny. Oh, right. Okay. Support. That's just fallen out. Support. This is telling you that you have so much support out there at the moment. You've got the support of your family, your friends, got the support of the NHS, all the care workers, all the dustmen and delivery drivers. We're well supported at the moment. And we're also supported spiritually by our spirits, our angels, our archangels, spirits and guides, gods and goddesses, ascended masters, ancestors, and elementals. As I said yesterday, elementals are your dragons and unicorns and brownies and elves and your mermaids. And you're supported by all these wise people. And if you just want to tap into them for help and support, and look, they're supporting the earth at this time. There's a beautiful picture of the earth. And look, all our spirit guides and ancestors are there helping, trying to heal the earth. Because Mother Earth is healing at the moment. Look how clean the canals of Venice are. And look, you can see the Himalayas. And look how clear it is in India. Some of the cities are clearing with all the exhaust fumes. So Mother Earth is healing at the moment. But we are supported, and we have to support one another as well. I know we can't do it physically close to ghosts, but we can support each other. We can talk to each other. So if any of you are feeling lonely and stressed and feeling they're having a bad day, you're welcome to give me, Mad Julie, a call. I'll soon cheer you up or kick you up your backside. But we are there for support. And so everyone, if you are having, because I did put a post on my healing hand services and Reiki Teddy saying that if you're stressed, and you're not coping and you want to explode, give me a call or message me, and we can do it together. Because I was feeling a bit stressful today, because I was waiting for this phone call, which was meant to come at 11:15, hence why I was late coming on today, and it's still not rung. So, and that's why I'm dressed. So we are supported. We are supported by everyone and anyone. You know, whether you believe in your spirit guides or your angels or your dragons, whether you believe in God or Jesus or anything else, or Muhammad, Buddha, we are supported spiritually. Your friends and your family can support you emotionally. You can support your own self physically by making sure that you are eating healthy and not eating so much junk like me. So we can take care of our physical. But then our psychological and emotional is struggling at the moment with the lockdown. And there's a little rumour going around that this afternoon, the government are going to announce another 3 weeks of lockdown. So if you are getting stressed psychologically or emotionally, you know, I'm here. We're all here. Talk to your friends. Don't keep it inside, because that would just make things worse. So we are supporting, and hopefully I can support you all as well. So that's the card reading for today. I didn't tell you all the stories about the Trott family. But, you know, my dad had a great sense of humour. So did my mum. But so I think this is where I get this from. Is from my dad, bless him. And I was blessed by a very, very dear friend, Alan, last night, who passed me on a message from my dad last night, because actually did a deep meditation the other day, and I met up with my ancestors, my mum, my dad, my nana and Tide, and it was quite profound. And then my dad used to smoke, not much, not very heavily. My mum used to make him go out the back door and lean over the porch. And he'd have like one or two cigarettes a day, not very many. My dad had a couple of cigarettes and he liked his whiskey, but he also liked his fried egg and bacon in the morning. So very traditional egg and bacon in the morning, and in the evenings a cigarette and a whiskey. No wonder he died of a heart attack. He didn't walk or do any exercise, so no wonder he had a heart attack and died. And that's another sad story. So he used to go outside and have this cigarette, and the only other time he was allowed to smoke in the house would he go into the dining room, which is where the only time we ever used it was on Christmas Day, or if we had people coming. You know, posh people, you know, other doctors and nurses and people like that, or our parents, you know, had my uncles and aunts would come and visit. We used to eat in the dining room, only because it was big and we had a big table, and so we could fit everyone around it. And the only time my dad ever smoked inside was when he was writing papers for work, and he'd sit there and he smoked one after the other, writing, and he'd be there for 2, 3, 4 hours. And we weren't allowed to disturb him, and the only person who could go in would be my mum, and she'd go, "Cup of tea, come out, make sure you open those windows when you finish." We don't like smoke. I still don't like smoke in the house, and I never have allowed smoking in the house, probably from that. So whenever I get the smell of a cigarette smell, I always know it's my dad's come by. That's an interesting, sometimes, you know, if you get the smell of something, when my nana, my mum's mum comes, I get the smell of sweet peas. So, you know, so I know when my nana's with me. So it's interesting, you know, but that's another talk. So that's a bit about the Trott family. Another day I'll talk about the Parrys, the Hughes Parry family. I definitely did not inherit the brains of the Hugh Parry family. God, I've got some stories of the Hughes Parry on the Welsh side. Oh my gosh. Oh, reminiscing now. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to finish now because it's just under an hour and I've talked a load of rubbish. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. Well, I did. It's a Trott thing. So I'm going to finish now. Thank you very much for any of you who've managed to stick it out with me again. Talking absolute rubbish about the dog. I'll see if I've got. I might, because I've got a picture of my dad and the dog somewhere. So I'm going to bless him. I'm going to put that in the talking bit so you can see it, like I did the. Oh, did you see my dorky pictures of my parachute jump yesterday? I told you I looked a dork. Right. Well, I'm finished. So love, live, and sparkle. Remember to work from your heart center, not your ego and your brain. Work from this heart brain, Okay, I'm going to send you all love and blessings for a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we can do this all again tomorrow. Yay! So sparkle like a unicorn on a fairy's wings. Love you. Bye. Bye. Now the dog. Gormless. I figure out how to turn this. You'd have thought after all this time I'd work out how to do it. Bye bye everyone. Bye.